Wow, look at that. Now, Patti's in, everyone. Patti Newton has flown from Melbourne. She's in our Sydney studio. She is doing the Mary Poppins musical. If you want to check that out, it's fabulous. Pete's told me all about it. And anything Patti Newton's in, I'm always a supporter of. For info, head to marypoppinsmusical.com.au/tickets. And we can go out and see shows. Patti, long time no visit.
I know. How are you, Patti?
Now, I haven't started yet. I'm doing my very first rehearsal today. You've got me before I even start. Nancy Hayes is doing the role of the Bird Woman at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it in Brisbane. And Marina Pryor is doing it in Melbourne. So I feel I'm in really good company. So I'm hoping you two will come to Brisbane. Don't worry about the others. Just come and see me.
No, we'd follow you.
I would never. Yeah, I'm not a big musical guy, but then Jackie's been to a few, and intern Pete's been to a few, and I thought maybe I am really missing out on a wonderful life. I've just never exposed myself to.
Really, really good musicals that just blow you away.
And Patti,
now
you love
have
them.
Otto. I mean, you know, you will become a musical man because you want your child to be educated in the musical world.
That's how I got into it, from taking Kitty, because before I don't think I would ever have gone to see a musical.
No.
But when I had her, then we just got really into it.
And you love it. Jackie loves them, Patti. She loves musicals, and I've been rubbishing her. And now I've got my son. I'm going to have to peel back on that carry on, because I think you're right. I think I will be going to these things.
Well, you should be, because Bert always used to say that you were his illegitimate son.
He did.
And because you look like a Newton.
Yeah, the shape of the head is very Newton.
And I was going to ring you one day and say, now you start losing weight, because I'm very worried about you, son, because I don't want you to become like Bert and get overweight and get sick. So if you ever have any worries, ring me and I'll give you some advice.
You know, you've always been like a second mum. And I was just saying before, when we were telling the audience you were coming up, I said, like, I've known Bert and Patti for so many years. I met Bert, obviously, with Jackie on Good Morning Australia. Remember that show? Oh, God, it was such a thrill. I think that was one of the first shows I was ever on with you, Jackie, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right, Kyle.
Well, you're a great team, and you would have been fabulous on that show.
Oh, he's what a professional he is. Like, what people didn't realise is when Bert's on TV live, Jackie and I there, I'm very nervous. I'm like, wow, I'm sitting on a show that I've watched for years. And then in between, when they're throwing little packages, Bert's conducting everyone. You do this and get me that and change this. He wasn't just sitting there waiting for everyone else. Bert was conducting that whole show. He was a true showman, and I feel that the art of there's not many real true showmen left. He was one of the very final true pioneers and true showmen of all categories.
Thank you. Well, he loved it, but the thing he loved most of all was, you know, the fact that he didn't have to follow a script. And that's why he would have loved you two, because, you know, you just give a line and you know that you're safe. It's going to go somewhere. Look, do you know what? I brought a little present. I bought this paper bag.
Tell me you bought no, is there a logie in it?
I could have brought a logie, because Bert's given so many away.
Well, where's mine? I want a logie.
No, I bought you this. Can you see this?
This is
Bert.
Bert from Sesame Street.
This is Bert from Sesame Street, and this is from Bert to your little Otto.
Oh, Patti, that is the sweetest thing ever.
Oh, that's
so
I'm
leaving that. And if I wasn't a cheapskate, I probably would have Bert Ernie to go with him.
But Bert, it's so good.
Oh,
We've lost a lot of good people, Patti, haven't we?
We've lost
with Shane Warne, Olivia Newton-John, now the Queen.
God. I know.
Was Bert and yourself a fan of the Queen? Were you
very
royalists?
much so. Yeah, very, very much so. And Bert met her when he did the Royal Command performance here in Australia.
God, he did too.
Yeah, and it's very sad, but, you know, I hope it continues on, and I'm sure King Charles will do a wonderful job.
Yeah. I do too.
I think he will.
I was a bit down on Charles and Camilla. I'm still hungover with the whole Diana thing, and then I saw, and everyone's cheering Charles and Camilla, and I thought, well, maybe, you know, I'm a bit out of touch here. Maybe I'm hanging on to past grievings. You know,
I think so. I think so,
well,
and I do think
with
I feel
all
for
the dramas at the moment with Harry. I mean,
forget
about that. and let's just give her the accolades that she needs. And Charles,
Megan.
Megan.
Who? No. Forget about the Meghan and Harry stuff. Let's just focus on the.
That.
Oh, okay. Forget about them.
I did notice, just popped up on Daily Mail. I don't know if you saw it, Jackie or Patty. Some idiot in an Australian football T-shirt over there when they were walking. All the children like. Charles and Anne and all these, and the naughty one, Andrew. All walking behind the Queen's coffin, walking behind respectfully. Some idiot yells out, and and he's not wrong, but he shouldn't have used this platform. Yelled out what a disgusting creep Andrew was, and everything, and then just the wrong forum
wrong
for
timing.
that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, the cops dragged him away, and then they said he's in an Australian football shirt, and I thought, not another Aussie.
That's awful.
Not another Aussie.
No, hopeless. We don't want that. Now, I hope you're coming to Brisbane, both of you.
Look, when is
Just
it? When
have
does it
a little
start?
break.
When does it start, this thing?
It's still here at the Lyric Theatre until the 9th of October. And then on the 22nd of October, we start in Brisbane. Now, I'll be a nervous wreck and I'll need a little bit of moral support, so I'll need you there.
Is that code for you want me to bring a joint? Or what, is that code, the moral support? Does that mean a little wacky tobacco?
Do you know the lovely part about this Mary Poppins show is there is a message in it, and that's why it's great for children.
What is the message?
Well, the message is that in everything that happens, you have to find the good. You have to look for the good. And I'm the bird woman.
Yeah.
And even though I'm down and out, and, I probably haven't got a wonderful life, inwardly, I'm very happy because I'm thinking of helping people, and I'm still feeding the birds with crumbs, but I'm still doing good. And
that's a really good message, because even you don't need a lot to give a lot. I feel you can make people a big difference in people's life with just a little.
Giving a little.
Did he?
Yes. Gee, I miss him. I mean,
I bet you
I'm
do.
having a.
How long's it been now? It's not long.
It's a year in October. And,
bless.
I had to do the Logies, and I did a big Mother's Day concert and all of that. I think that's kept me going. And now I'm lucky that I've got Mary Poppins, because I'll probably bring the family up, so I won't miss them too much.
Yeah.
And it'll be the cast. I haven't met the actual cast yet, but behind the scenes people, Michael Castles is he's just so wonderful.
Who's this bloke? Is he the director or something?
No, he's in charge of the whole production and the series. Do you know
those type of people are very nice people, the arty
nice
types. They go on and on a bit with the bullshit, but they're very nice people.
He is the loveliest man you could ever meet. And
what, Future Romance or no, not like that?
No, he has a beautiful wife and children, but he's very normal.
Don't let that get in the way of love. Yeah.
Well, not as far as you're concerned. We did. Bert and I did come to your wedding, Carl.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that was the first wedding. There'll be another one next year.
Oh, were we coming to that too? Well, we aren't, but I'll come.
I would love to invite you. You were there at the first one. You can't be at the one and not the other. I feel that think there was a rift.
Most people only have one, but I know what you mean.
Well, that's true, but I was unfortunate in that area. No, Jackie's she's like Elizabeth Taylor. She's on. What are you up to your 8th?
How many are you up to?
8?
No, I've had 2 marriages, and I'm not with anyone. So
there you go. Oh, look, your time will come.
She dabbled with the ladies too. Did you know that?
I just don't want to know.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I'm a good Catholic girl.
Oh no, it wasn't filth. It was just her and her neighbour nude in the bath together. A few bubbles,
that
champagne.
was fine. That was a girls' night. That was just a girls' night, Patty. We weren't doing anything.
I loved you on The Masked Singer, by the way. I thought you did a fabulous job.
Oh, that wasn't her this year.
Patty.
That was the.
No, not this year, but when she was on, I watched it.
Did you see me on there singing? I did a one-off.
You were fabulous.
That's what I thought.
Where did that voice come from?
Yeah,
well, don't forget, when one of my first radio stations I ever worked at was 4CA in Cairns, and they still had the photo when I started there of a very young Bert Newton also broadcasting on 4CA Cairns.
Oh, wow.
So I think, I've always admired Bert. I think he's like a true soldier. You've always been delightful. I loved the showbiz couple that you guys just Did you ever fight? Because you look like you got on like a house on fire.
No, we didn't. We had world wars, really.
Oh, big
really?
deals.
Do you know, I hate people that say, we've never had a crossword.
Oh, I know.
No, me too.
can't
You know,
be
they're
bothered.
bullshitters. Yeah,
I
that's
know,
what-
because to be honest, I mean, there's no way that you could have a marriage. 49 years, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you have to have some disagreements, but you just come back. And we had a wonderful relationship because I love gardening and I'm house proud and
Yeah.
I like all those things. Bert loved drinking and gambling and, you know, all of those things. So we sort of blended together beautifully, you know.
You
I
were a
agree.
match, a perfect match.
We
Do
were.
you know, Patti, this might surprise you. You told me ages ago that you made Bert put all Bert's stuff, the logies, the photos, the printouts, the newspaper articles, all the cover magazines, you made him put them all in his own office because you were sick of the entire house looking like some Bert Newton
A
museum.
shrine,
Well,
right.
you should see it now. It is definitely a shrine. You walk in and his
so it
hat's
should be.
there. But you know, it was funny. There was Peter Ford told a story that he had a friend who had AIDS, and Bert went. He was writing a card, and
Yeah.
he wanted everyone to sign it, and Bert hadn't signed it. So when he got in to visit this friend, he said there was a sort of a buzz in the hospital,
Yeah.
and his friend said, "You'll never guess what's happened." He said, "Bert Newton has been in here for 2 hours and he's gone around to every AIDS patient and had a bit of a chat, and they're
Really?
all feeling on top of everything." And he said, "He gave me a gold logie." And he said,
What?
"I can keep it as long as I don't tell anyone until I die, because if my wife finds out, she'll kill me." And I tell you what, when I built this new room for him, which he never actually got back to see, but in there I put up his logies, and instead of 36, he had 17.
So he's given them out to a
Yes,
lot of
I-
others.
God, he's handed these bastards out to everyone.
I know. I don't know who else has got his logies, but he was a very generous man.
Oh,
and
what a
he
team.
loved
we
to share
knew,
it all.
we knew
story.
that Bert was lovely and hilarious and just a
He's
gift,
such
gifted
a
person.
gentleman, really he was.
We
like
didn't
old
realise
school.
all those things going around to the hospital and stuff. Like when you hear that, like it just takes into another level
Oh,
of
it
kindness.
does. It
Well,
really does.
The amount of letters and people like Jane Scarley, she wrote me the most wonderful letter of all the lovely things that Bert had done for her, and so many, one after the other. I haven't replied to any of them because I'm not in that feeling yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will eventually, but I just think the stories, like he was on a tram going to do a Tonight Show. He was on a tram, and in the tram, he was only 18 before he was really wealthy enough to have a car.
Yeah.
And there was a young girl came over and said to him, "My grandma loves you. She's in St. Vincent's. We're just going in there to say goodbye to her because she's very ill."
Oh.
And Bert said, "Oh, we'll give her my love." And when the tram stop got to St. Vincent's, he got off with them. And they said, "Oh, are you coming to St. Vincent's too?" He said, "No, I'm coming to see your grandma to say goodbye."
See, now that's a really rare person.
I know, and he held her hand and said all the lovely things, and I got a letter from her. That's how I know she's a grown-up lady now. And she said, "We have thought about that so often, how Bert Newton got off the tram and went to visit my grandma and held her hand."
How do you replace someone like that? How do you replace
that
that type
makes
of
me
human being?
cry. That's
you
such a
got a good one. I don't know what you must have
story.
had some magic going on back in your day, Patti, to land this bloke because he was a real
I know.
prize.
Well, I'm relying on you. I mean, you better start, lifting your game.
Filling the shoes off.
I'm doing the best I can do. Look, Patti, if I'm going to I'm coming to Brisbane to watch
will
that
you?
show.
Good.
Yeah, I will definitely
Yeah.
come.
Well, it's at the Lyric Q-Pack, and it'll be fabulous. And I'm, a little old lady who comes out
You
and
know
sings
what you're
Feed
doing.
the Birds.
Yeah, you're
and-
good. You know your way around the stage. Come on. You've done this your whole life. You're a bloody
Yeah.
classic.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind of you. I'm not. I haven't done anything for a long time, theatre-wise. But, I think Bert sent me this. I mean, when you think about it, who else would have the opportunity to do a show Mary Poppins and just have a cameo role, but a very integral one, and have the leading man's name, Bert, in it.
Unbelievable.
See?
It's
was
a
meant to
sign.
be.
It's absolutely.
Yeah,
well, I talk to him all the time. I mean, I'm sure I'm going a little bonkers.
That's fine. I believe in that. I
Me
think
too.
you do
Yeah.
what makes you feel good. I believe in all that. You know, something greater than what we can understand is out there, and how and who's got the right story, I don't know, but I believe it's something.
No, me too. I do believe that. I had to do an audition for Cameron McIntosh, which was quite daunting because, you know, you've heard so much about him and he's such a huge icon.
I've never heard a word about him. It's the first time I've ever heard this guy's name.
Oh, you have so. Cameron
Who is it? Who the
McIntosh.
hell's this?
Oh, don't. He's, you know, the master of everything. And he and Disney have made this Mary Poppins the new version, and it is sensational. I know you're both going to love it, but
this is going to be the first musical I'm ever going to ever witness in my life.
Fabulous.
I believe.
Well,
And,
I
can't
had
wait.
to audition for him, and I was so nervous and so scared, and I was a bit croaky, like I'm a bit croaky today.
Oh,
I don't
croaky!
know.
I thought you said a bit cokey. I thought, shit, you're not still on the bags on this, surely.
Croaky. And he was just wonderful. He made me feel at ease and
Oh, what
sort
a
of,
lovely
yeah.
man!
So
Well, that's the sort of person that runs those things. You've got to
It
be.
does.
You're the leader of a family. These musicals, right? So
They are.
backstage
Yeah.
family.
And that's what
So
it
true.
feels like, being in a company with a little village of people that have become your new best friends. And I'm meeting up with Nancy Hayes tomorrow because she's doing The Bird Woman now in Sydney.
You're going to get some
And
tips off her, or
I am going to get some tips off her. Well, she's been a bit of a hero of mine for years, and Bert's worked with her for a lot of times. And
did you get
in a lot
jealous?
of
Did you ever
different
think
shows.
maybe she was making eyes on Bert, and you're like, "Hang on, Missy"?
No,
nothing
not
like
with
that.
Nancy.
No,
No, a
she's
lot of
sweetie.
other people, yes, but not with Nancy.
Did you have to keep the floozies away back in the day? Did you have to bash them the floozies off with a stick and say, "Hey, hang on, this is my bloke"?
Look, you know what? Bert always made me feel like I was part of things, you know, which made
You were
me
there,
feel,
right? So
it made me always feel like that, you know, I knew what was happening. But yes, in actual
that's
fact,
what a
in
nice,
answer to your
secure
question,
feeling. Yeah,
there were a lot of
floozies.
Floozies. Yes, you could
Rats
a
say.
lot
everywhere,
of
still
people that
rats
would have liked
everywhere.
to have knocked me off. But never mind.
Oh,
I'm
look,
a bit of
you had
a
a
hard
long,
person to
Yeah.
get
beautiful
rid of.
marriage.
You're a stayer.
Oh.
Patti Newton, if you want to see her in Mary Poppins musical, go to marypoppinsmusical.com.au/tickets. She's doing the Brisbane show. Lovely to see you, hun.
Yeah, Patty. Thanks
Lovely
for
to
coming
see you
in.
both too.
And I'll be in touch.
Love to
and
the family.
I'll be in the audience yelling out, "Yeah, you go, Patty!"
Go, Patty.
Yeah.
Go,
Can I
bird
just say
lady.
very quickly,
Yes.
when Bert passed, you made my day. You sent me a beautiful present, and I was absolutely moved by it. And
Well, I've
I
never
just
mentioned
wanted
that to
say
anyone
thank
or
you.
said anything. I just wanted you to know, and I didn't want to be someone that rings and.
I
all
tried
that.
to thank
just
you,
wanted-
but you're a very hard person to get hold
Yeah,
of. But
not
anyway.
even Mum can get a hold of me. She's sending pigeons out, and it's very different. But I wanted you to know I was thinking of you, and I love you, and I loved Bert, and I just wanted you to know that my feelings were being sent to you guys, especially during that time, and it's great to see you. You're amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it
look
was very much
fabulous.
appreciated. Thank you. I do
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Well, you're
as
welcome.
does
Good luck.
Lauren.
Break a leg, as they say, but probably you
No,
don't want to break a
please
hip.
don't.
Just
No.
a leg.
Chookers. You say
Oh, that's
chookers
right,
these
chookers.
days.
Never knew what
Yeah.
that meant. But
No.
Patty,
Chookers.
nice to see you. Patti Newton
Nice
this
to
morning
see you both.
here at Kiss
Bye.
FM, everyone. Morning, guys.
Y'all been great. Thank you so much.
Kyle and Jackie O.
Catch up on Kyle and Jackie O.
Search Kyle and Jackie O on iHeartRadio.
Or wherever you get your podcasts. Kiss.